They're trying to tell us something. They have figured out the formula for chaos.
When the clock strikes 8:30, babe, time to head for Chris's house. Hey. Will the song make it to the next round? Oh no. Pot of Thunder. Let's pot tonight. Come on, baby, let's pot tonight.
Woo! The band is cooking tonight. Doc Gibbs and the Emerald Live Band cooking tonight. Welcome to Pot of Thunder, the recognized symbol of excellence in rock and roll podcasting, brought to you by Blue Microphones. They look great. They sound even better. And do you know who I am? Well, let's find out.
And he's producing, yeah. Making the show sound good like it do, yeah. And he's producing, yeah. Making the show sound good like it do, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Who suggested that? That had to just
Nobody.
be you. That had to be you. Okay.
Yeah, what punk rock bullshit was that based off of?
I'll let Andy tell you
That was
while I
the-
get ready.
That was in my Apple Rewind of Music of the Year, the most listened to band other than children's artists that my kids have listened to, the Suicide Machines.
Okay.
Someone.
All right.
Like, that one might be permanent. We'll see how that goes. But this man over here, he's getting ready. He's preparing. Ladies and gentlemen, focus. Put a copper in the old man's hat. It's Christmas time. Put a copper in the old man's hat. And if you haven't got a penny, what is it? Then a hey penny will do.
Are you limping a little bit?
I'm okay.
You all right, man?
That was I don't know.
Acting
Acting.
job. All right.
Nick's selling it. I gave Nick a whooping outside.
And he put the boots to me.
Yeah, before we came in.
Caved in his knee on the way in for the hell of it.
Did a Jeff Galooly to Nick's knee. That's the right name, isn't it?
I don't even remember.
You know what I'm talking about, though. The Nancy Kerrigan saga.
Galooly.
Yeah, except you did it with your foot.
Yeah.
What's with the names of all these tabloid celebrities, these scandalous tabloid celebrities in the early 90s? You had a Galooly, a Buttafuoco.
Yeah.
Can't make this shit up.
Well,
I went to high school with a Galooly.
Was he related?
I don't know one with the other, but yeah. Terrible last name by any measure.
Those early 90s Italians were troublemakers, weren't they?
It wasn't Galooly's Irish, right? Or something?
Well, I think that's Italian, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds Irish to me.
I'm gonna say Jeff Galooly is an Italian.
Jeff? Is that Italian? Where do you have Italians named Jeff? I don't know.
In America. Just name them whatever you want.
I guess that's true.
I don't know what
rules.
that would be, but
what's a Galooly?
Yeah,
it's like shillelagh.
Galooly name origin Irish,
No
shortened
kidding.
anglicized form of Gaelic Mac Giola Gula, son of the gluttonous lad.
The gluttonous lad.
Now found chiefly in Scotland and England.
I had no idea.
Italian.
Not a terribly
here.
Well, Buttafuoco. Well,
Yeah, Buttafuoco and Galooly sound
Buttafuoco is
pretty
North
close to
African.
each other.
he's what is it?
It's Rwandan.
I can't think of
Buttafuoco.
that. What is that word before Jewish that every
Ashkenazi.
Ashkenazi. Yeah, he's Ashkenazi Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every DNA test reveals that that's in everybody's blood. Anyway, the man sitting. Oh, hey Nick, welcome to the program.
Oh,
I don't think I said that.
Yeah, he's here.
Hey Nick, directly to Nick's left. You want him? We got him.
Can have it every day, yeah. I can have it. Get out of my way,
Yeah, fuck you.
Yes, put your hands together for the breakout star of the podcast medium. Chris L's in the house. Slap that chupaga on your open palm. Let's hear it.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the show. What is it, the 18th or something like that? Yeah, the 18th of December.
A week out from Christmas Day.
It's the big week, the big rush. All the stress is hitting us.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys feeling any stress?
That's all I feel. No joy, all stress.
What is that rooted in? Just trying to create a pleasant experience for the kids? Or
Yeah,
what?
I think gift buying and decorating and whatever activities. Yeah, too much for me. I don't know about you guys.
I don't have to deal with any of that, and I feel pretty good about it.
All right, well there you go. Nick's probably in the middle. No, maybe.
What?
I don't know.
What are we
Feeling
saying?
any stress? Holiday stress?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nick's feeling
Are you
it.
kidding?
Nick couldn't even hear us talking. That's how stressed
I
out he
was
was.
catatonic over here for a minute.
He's limping around, just not paying attention to anything being said around him. Yeah, he's feeling the stress, I would think.
Yeah, he is.
Claims he's faking the limping. The truth is coming out.
He's playing
The
possum with
The
us. He's-
stress is having physiological consequences.
Yeah. Oh, Nicholas. Well, hey, we got a lot of business to get to
Yeah.
today, so I won't horse around too much.
Yeah, this should alleviate the stress. Somebody, it seems several people have taken on the burden of buying gifts for us, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, let's start with those bags because that's a week overdue. Those should have been last week's episode, but we...
Yeah, what happened there?
Well, I don't know. We thought maybe too much with the Chris Jericho and PJ.
Well, did the presents arrive?
Yeah.
No, they should have been distributed.
Well,
Oh no.
it was glass. No, it wasn't.
So
The bones.
It's a live animal.
So
We
that's
don't know.
bones,
the
yeah.
annual St. Nicholas
Yes,
gift.
the annual St. Nicholas gift opening up here. As we, showing everybody.
Yeah, show them a brown paper bag.
It says my name on it twice.
All right, so it's Nick, St. Nick.
The traditional
That's,
gift of
when-
socks.
When I was in Kiss in the early '80s, that was actually the name. That went.
Nick, St. Nick.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So what kind of socks did you guys get?
I got tacos.
Tacos, Chris?
I got chili peppers.
chili peppers. Yeah, I got some margaritas.
Nice.
Sure that's not shrimp cocktail on those.
Pretty sure,
Socks
yeah.
there.
Unless it's
Lovely.
gone bad and turned green. But
Let me
yeah.
see.
Oh wait a minute. There's something.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an additional card.
Oh, look at that. A little gift card for us.
Rancho Grande.
Oh, same here.
Card.
That works for me.
Now, the closest one is that one in Lansing, right? Why are you throwing your socks at?
I was sure you wanted to see him.
Oh, I could see them from where
Okay.
you were at.
Don't throw socks.
So is that the closest one was over in Lansing?
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Get my bulletproof vest on to venture over in that direction.
It's not that bad. Lansing?
Yeah, that's what you think.
Is there a lot of trouble happening over there? I'm there twice a week.
Oh, I'm thinking of that other place over in Hammond near the train track. Somebody got
Oh.
shot up
Okay.
over there.
That sounds more
back.
likely. Yeah.
Can't think of the name of the place, but
Yikes.
yeah.
That's-
Anyway,
That's more believable.
that's good. We got this is the first food gift cards. That'll work.
Oh, that'll come in handy.
Yeah, get yourself some carry out.
That's a chimichanga dinner right there.
Have you guys noticed a trend in when you get like a carry out or even drive through where they ask you for a tip?
Yeah.
They just flat out ask.
Yeah, like you can go to Starbucks and be like, I'll have a small coffee, and then they give you a thing that's like, it's going to ask you some questions. Would you like to tip? The only
yeah.
question is, how much
Dude.
tip do you want to leave?
Yeah.
I feel like they're getting
When you-
very,
when
they're
you
getting
get
very
carryout-
bold.
When you
with-
get it's a carryover from COVID, I'm convinced.
yeah, because I mean, of course, you're going to tip someone for table service,
And they're
but-
like, let's not take this away.
yeah,
Like let's leave this in
Well, why would
operation
you?
Here. Yeah.
You don't get anything if you don't ask for it, but by the same token, it's like it's too much. It's overdone
Yeah.
these days.
yeah,
Went to a baseball game over the summer.
yeah,
And it was like, okay, they have a hot dog at this one
Mm-hmm.
this stand.
yep.
They want a tip. All right, I'm fine. Fine, I'll give them a little tip. they don't have fries. I got to go to this one. I'll give a little tip. You know, it's like
Everyone.
pizza they want now. Okay, I got to go to a different place.
Everyone, ice cream,
And
whatever.
and they're, it's like, can you give us a tip?
Yeah, too much, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, when I've had it, man. Everywhere you go, they're bombarding you. You go to the grocery store, they want you to round up for
Oh, that too, yeah.
some nameless charity where you're like,
Yeah.
I don't even know who this is going
It's
to.
like what the Human Fund George Costanza created. It's not even real.
Earlier this week, I rounded up 4 cents for the Uplift Mofo Party Plan.
Only 4 cents.
Well, that's all that was gonna. You know, it was $1.96. What
Oh,
I
you
bought.
should have bought a Necco wafer and kicked it up so it would have been a larger donation for that. That I would donate to, but that's all getting out of hand, you know. Fucking GoFundMe is basically people's life insurance and medical insurance. It's like everybody wants everybody else to foot the bill for their problems. It's like, sorry, man, not my responsibility. I don't do a cent on any GoFundMe. That's my
No?
personal credo. Some might be legit, but half these motherfuckers out there it's their medical and life insurance. Sorry, man. When I pay that fat bill every year for my life insurance, that's my GoFundMe. That's where my GoFundMe money goes, into my own coverage.
Yeah.
It's fucking maddening. Seriously. And you got these people with kids, and they don't have life insurance, or they're not properly insured. It's not my problem.
Scrooge's cold heart coming out.
But
the
I'm
week before
serious,
Christmas.
though, man. It's like everybody out there just wants you to pay for their fucking coverage of what they should do as adults. I don't
Yeah.
even have kids. I've got life insurance.
Yeah.
So I don't want to leave my wife hanging in the breeze
Right.
if something happens to me.
Yeah.
Then these other lunkheads are, on GoFundMe, and then you go to the GoFundMe and they show all the pictures of these people, and they're in fucking Hawaii. It's like maybe you should have passed on that and bought life insurance instead.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable. Anyway,
Yeah, I got-
call me Scrooge, whatever. You're not getting a nickel of my money on GoFundMe, and then the tipping is just way out of hand.
Do they ask you for tips on GoFundMe too?
They probably
I think there is
would.
a fee.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a fee.
Don't they ask
Okay.
you to
Well, of
like
course there's
add?
a-
They ask you to add a certain amount so that the fee.
So you don't
So
have
you
to
actually
deduct
you're
it or
actually
whatever?
giving the amount that you're saying you're gonna. It's like
Yeah.
50 something instead of just 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hear
Like,
you.
why don't you just whatever you're going to donate, double it, so I'm able to buy a Rolls Royce and mourn my deceased relative who didn't have fucking life insurance and has 9 kids. Out of here.
I got life insurance a couple years ago, so it's great. I just live like a reckless maniac now. Doesn't matter what happens. Wild idiot every day.
Exactly.
Morning,
it's very
noon, and night.
freeing.
It is.
You don't live in fear anymore.
I'm worth a lot more dead than I am alive.
And
so.
you can also go to sleep at night knowing that you're not going to fucking beg people for money through a GoFundMe for shit you should have been paying for yourself.
Now, if I kick the bucket, my family's going to Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's all
Andy,
all paid for.
Andy buried the insurance money under 2 trees that are
All
like,
paid
make an
for.
X. And yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
X marks the
Speaking of not being afraid,
Mm-hmm.
I brought some treats.
Oh, that's good. I'm hungry.
Okay, is that the first order of business? Because we got a few
lot of-
things going on here.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
we
just-
did the socks
I
already.
did the socks, so we'll do
So
it.
are we moving off of? We have more gifts. We're moving off of that.
We'll get back to that one shortly.
Okay.
Let's go back
right.
and we'll ping pong around here.
Okay.
Nick, did you bake it?
Yeah.
Who wants to eat dainties? Who wants to eat baked treats with me?
Look at that thing. This is a work of art.
Nick, you gonna require a tip for this, or
It's just going to ask you a couple. The iPad's going to ask you,
You
a
can
couple
round.
questions.
You can round up if you'd like.
What questions?
turns out there's
question.
one question, not plural, and
Just going to ask you a couple questions.
Were you greeted at the door?
Yeah.
you should fire back with, you know what? I have a question of my own. What is your hourly salary?
Yeah.
Because if it's minimum wage or above, you ain't getting a fucking tip. How's that grab
Right.
you?
Yeah, if it's a
my
server wage,
question.
it's a different story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the only people who should be getting tips is people who make below minimum wage because it's assumed that tips is part of their legitimate salary.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris went for it.
What is it, Nick?
I'm
afraid to try it.
I'm curious on Chris's reaction, not knowing what it is. It's something different.
It's got big flavor. I
Big
can't really
flavor.
put my finger on it.
So I discovered a new ingredient that I'd never heard of.
God,
A new
A
ingredient.
new ingredient that
I
I'd
already put it in my mouth.
well, it's nothing nothing that crazy, but just a form of something I'd never heard of. So I was at the store and I was by like the Middle Eastern stuff, and I saw a bottle of pomegranate molasses. So this is a dark chocolate pomegranate pie.
I like that idea.
It is a big flavor. I tried one earlier.
big flavor.
Big
Big
flavor.
flavor. Pomegranate.
I like pomegranate.
I do too.
I like that flavor. I'm a sucker for that in pretty much anything.
Well,
So
we'll see what you think here.
Yeah. Chris is going for bite 2, or it's
Yeah,
good.
bite 2.
He's all right with it.
Couldn't resist when I saw that, then looked up some recipes, and there it is.
Yeah, it's different, that's for sure.
I think whipped cream would be good on it, like unsweetened whipped cream, which I didn't have time to get ready. But
Just whipping cream.
yeah, basically.
Literally.
Not
Cream.
Ready Whip.
Yeah,
on the
not
cream.
Ready
No, yeah, just how they do
Why
it.
would
at,
what would be wrong with Ready Whip? Just too
well,
much
nothing.
sugar? Too sweet?
I think so, because you guys have had Gaties, right? The ice cream over there.
Yeah, yeah.
And the whipped cream, I don't think is sweetened at
No,
all.
it's not.
And it works out perfectly on top of the ice cream.
You're totally right.
So
You are right.
it's different.
Well, this is a delightful Christmas gift from Nick.
Looking forward to Andy's reaction.
Visually very nice. I'd say that too.
Yeah, it's set very nicely.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Andy loves it.
It's good. Thank you. It's our Christmas bonus from Nick this year.
Yeah.
You guys getting a Christmas bonus this year?
Certainly not. Not that I'm
not?
aware of, no.
In your I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. We have our party tomorrow. I have no idea. I have no expectations of what's going on. If they give anything.
How was
out.
the amateur pornography market this year? That should tell you.
That should tell us.
Are you guys rolling in cash?
I have no idea. We'll see.
You don't get a vibe around the office whether the company's doing well or not?
Oh no, we're doing well for sure. I just don't know how much of it trickles down for Christmas bonuses to boobs like me. Yeah. What about in your lifetime? What have you ever gotten a Christmas bonus that was significant?
I can't think of any.
I know I got 1 year. It was at the shitty place I worked at, but it was a professional outfit. And the Christmas party, one of the guys who was a partner gave me an envelope, and he's like, "You're really gonna like this. It's very generous. You're really gonna like it." So I was like, "Oh, I didn't know I was getting anything." But now you got the wheels turning in my head. I don't want to just rip it open right in front of you. But I'm very curious about what's in this envelope. So, the minute he walked away, I turn around, open it, look in there, a $50 bill. Now, hey, a $50 bill for no reason is a nice treat.
Yeah.
But when someone hypes it up as, "You're really going to like this."
Right.
Very generous. It's like,
He said very generous.
he said, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
"You're really going to like this."
You're really-
Very generous.
Yeah, okay.
And he
That
wasn't.
should be up to you to say after you open it.
Yeah.
Goes back to what I say all the time. If you have to announce that it's very generous, it ain't.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's what they call gaslighting.
File it under the true story heading. If you feel the need to tack that on there, we know you're lying.
Yeah, when you're giving the gift. It's not in response to receiving the gift.
And I'll probably never see you again for the rest of my life.
Yeah, right. Bastard. Nick, did you get anything this year?
I got a turkey.
Really? They gave out turkeys?
Yeah, man.
I had a previous job that gave out turkeys. It was appreciated.
That's
I'd
nice.
say.
That's
Yeah.
a nice
It's a
gift.
nice one. It is damn good.
Yeah. And I was actually late picking it up. it was to a certain time, and I was like, "Oh man, I totally forgot." So I
They've
ran
been
over.
sitting out at room temperature for 3
Well,
weeks.
They packed them into a car, and apparently they donate what they don't. What
So
people don't get.
they buy an excess of turkeys.
Well, they buy a certain amount, and if you don't come
don't
get
claim
it,
it.
it's just like, all right, it's going to some sort of charity. So
Okay.
I get there, and they're all packed up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a little late, sorry. And he's like, oh, I'll go get one out of the car for you. So one guy gets it out of the car, and the other guy's telling me, he's like, yeah, he gives it to he packs them up, takes them to like battered women's shelters, stuff like that. And then the guy comes back with a turkey, and I just take it. Like, I'm like, I should have said.
Nick's taking food out of the mouths of battered women this holiday season.
It was very awkward.
Nick, why didn't you just tell him to keep it? What's the matter with you?
I should have.
What kind
No,
of,
I agree.
What kind of curb your enthusiasm
It's-
moment are you living
it's
in?
his bonus.
Give me that turkey. Give me that back.
What if the women were battered with frozen turkeys?
No, then they probably would. It would be. It would
Yeah,
take them
it was-
back bad memories of.
That's what I'm
trauma.
saying. Nick ended up doing those individuals a favor.
Yeah, and then I'm walking back with it, and I'm like, that was one of those easy moments. That's a layup, right? Where you say, "I'll just keep it."
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, if that's the case,
That's my.
I don't need it.
I failed.
Yeah, they need it. They need this turkey more than I do. Oh, Nick.
I have no defense for my actions.
What have you done?
No defense for my motives and/or actions.
Well, that's that goes back to my theme song, the anthem of entitlement that the world needs these days. And Nick, it clicked in his head. I can have it. It's my bonus. Give me that turkey.
I don't care who it was earmarked for. Give me the turkey.
I'm still conflicted.
All right, well, make yourself feel better by getting that other pile of presents out.
Oh yeah.
Where did this come from? I heard
Across the Atlantic.
merry old England.
That's
perhaps?
right. Nick, you can read the.
I can read. I
Whole
can
thing.
read it.
I don't know if there's a letter or anything, but yeah.
Oh, I don't know if there is one. I guess I should open it all the way. I do know who it's from. Mr. Colin Bell.
Taco Bell himself.
He wrapped it and everything.
They're wrapped
He's wrapping things.
inside the box.
This
Wow.
says Gunslinger
That would
right
be me.
here.
that's going.
There's a little tape conflict here. Come on, Colin. No, actually,
So much tape.
there's Gunslinger. There's ALB.
Well packed.
I don't think.
Wouldn't you
that'll-
say?
Well packed.
Very well packed.
Oh, there is a note in here.
That's so sweet.
Another ALB. This one I don't know.
Another ALB.
I don't know.
Whoa.
I'm not sure I would throw that one. That
Yeah,
sounds
it's got
like
some
the-
weight to it.
Something
Oh my gosh.
could break. Oh, Nick Pollock. How dare you?
It's only okay when Nick says it.
Or everybody else.
Yeah, you can't
Okay,
say
this
that.
one feels the same as the ALBs, so it's
Ooh, all
like
right.
that brotherly thing where everybody gets the same Christmas present.
So that's
In a
one
different
box.
color.
And there's another
There's a
box,
second
like
box.
a flatter
What
one.
what a guy.
Let me get at that while you read the card while we
Hey
move
guys,
along here.
just some Christmas gifts for you to say thank you for all the great entertainment you provide to the Pot Nation. It's very much appreciated. I hope you find these gifts, quote unquote, nice for Daddy. And quote unquote, you like them, huh? Best wishes to you three and your families and all my friends in the Pot Nation for the festive season and the new year. Love, your buddy Taco XX.
No,
Two kisses. No, just two
Here's a
kisses.
kisser.
Someone's not getting a kiss, apparently.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we'll save this last one, the flat one, but
Okay.
say let's all open these square ones
similar.
because it's probably the same thing.
He's
Look at this.
Colin has pretty nice handwriting.
He does. The gentleman's handwriting.
I was complimented for my handwriting on the packages we sent out to our patrons.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah,
I'm,
I take pride in it.
I'm
Glad
not-
you did that.
I've never been complimented on that.
Me neither. I've been called a dickhead for my handwriting. By my grade school teachers.
Hey, another coffee mug.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, this is great.
I wonder if
80s Gene on mine says, "You like that, huh? That's nice for Daddy."
Yep.
Colin's favorite quote.
That is perfect. That's great.
You guys got the same
Yep.
one? Yeah, this is great.
Yep. Gene Simmons here with his red shirt. I think 0 buttons on that thing, just tucked into his leather pants. Wow. And then, both sides, same
Oh,
thing.
both sides.
Yep. You like that, huh? On the top?
That's nice.
That's nice for Daddy on the bottom.
That's a beautiful thing.
That is. Thank you, Colin.
That's so nice. Thank you.
All right. Next round.
That's a keeper.
Thinking there's some sort of apparel in here.
I think years
Holy
from now.
shit balls.
Look at you.
Detroit Lions hat.
Wow. Didn't expect that.
Jeez.
Oh, this guy knows. Colin knows us too well. I'm curious if he hit a home run. He hit one with Chris. He hit one with me. Did he hit one with Nick?
I have a feeling just based on what it is that I can feel that it is a home run. I'm slow at opening these. Oh, I mean, come on now.
I know what I'm wearing on Christmas morning. A Brett the Hitman Hart t-shirt.
Jeez, look at that.
Yep. Doesn't get any better than that. And it's
I've
just
got-
Daddy size too. He's got Shawn Michaels here,
I've got.
tied up like a pretzel.
I'm guessing this is a show that I've never heard of. It's a cookbook. It looks like all baking stuff.
Some English show.
The Harry Bikers Brilliant Bakes.
Hairy Bikers.
The Hairy
Oh,
Bikers.
that's gonna be good.
That is gonna be
The
good.
Nick's pretty hairy, too.
I opened it up straight to cherry Viennese whirls,
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
cheese shortbread.
What a delight,
My
Colin.
goodness.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Colin.
Pretty impressed he found some NFL gear over in England. But then again, we're forcing ourselves on them with the annual several games over there now.
How many are there now over there?
At least three.
Three.
Possibly more. I lost count.
Where do they do them? Different stadiums, or they all do them in the same place?
Yeah, I think various stadiums. I'm not sure.
Okay.
All right, and then we got a final one that's I think is for all of us. It says to the 3 wise boners,
Wise
something to keep you entertained all year round. Love, your buddy Taco.
all year.
Wondering if this is a calendar. If so, we'll have to tack it up somewhere in the studio here. But let's see what we got.
I'm hoping for lewd photos of Colin Taco Bell, but we'll take what we
Poster sized.
Yep. Okay, I see Pot of Thunder logo. Is it a calendar?
It's a calendar.
Wow, he got a Pot of Thunder calendar made.
Oh my god!
I think he did stuff for every month, didn't he?
Did he really?
Did.
Oh, we're gonna have to post this
Wow! Look at that.
photo of each
That
one.
is straight up amazing.
I see.
What's the January?
January.
Us is the Rat Pack, and you have the African American.
February.
Oh, Sammy Davis.
February is a shot of the Lou Rawls "She's Gone"
Oh, this is
album
good.
cover.
So it's all inside references to the show.
I got a I'm the Pope apparently.
Pope
for,
Nick
for
in
March.
In March, that's nice.
Let's see here. I'll just flip open something here. Okay, there's with Jericho our
Destroyer.
Classic
Send
photo.
There's with Mom for Mother's Day in May.
And what is that? Some hearts around it.
Yeah, or some flowers.
Flowers, nice.
Love your mom. I think it says, or I love
Yeah.
you, Mom. There's for June.
What does it say? Got a body built for sin? No, what does it say on my chest? A fake tattoo?
wave your
allegedly.
Yeah, it's
wave
the-
your panties in the air.
It's a take it off.
Yes.
Lyrics.
That's like year one, maybe. I
That's
forgot
a good
that
one. Independence Day. That's the
Independence Day.
classic.
Hey, Jay
line
made it,
of
huh?
the,
Or is Jay not in
no,
that
Jay's
No,
not
Jay's
in
not
that
in
one.
one? Okay, there's an alternate photo of that with Jay.
Oh boy, September.
Oh, September.
Should have used the picture with Andy's head in the groin area, but that works.
Oh yeah, and then our
It's a
our
classic.
October.
Well thought out here.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
a lot of work that he put in. And then the nightshirt made it. Nightshirt photo, still hanging in my parents' like right when you walk in. Right by
What,
right by
the
their mud
photo?
room. By their mud room,
Oh,
they
yeah.
have a big copy of it. And then something very phallic for December.
Yep, there it is.
What is
the cock and balls Christmas decorations?
I don't remember that. What was that
I think
from?
I think he just came up with it.
Oh, he did. Okay. I thought that was something that we referenced.
Might
or
have been something we posted on social media.
I do like it. 2 shrubs and a evergreen.
Yeah. That is
configured.
amazing.
That's very nice.
Thank
So
you,
much
Colin, so
effort.
much.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Thought.
figure out a place to tack this up here. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you, sir.
I know what I'm wearing to my Christmas party at work tomorrow. My new T-shirt.
There you
And
go.
my new margarita socks from St. Nick.
Thank
you. And if the food's bad, we're stopping in Lansing on the way home for tacos. Got it all figured out.
Don't be surprised if I bring in Bananas Foster Blondies one of these days.
That sounds delightful.
It looks fantastic.
Man,
I just have to make sure the oven's on gas notch 6 or gas mark 6.
is that what this? Is that the terminology they
Yeah,
use?
gas 6.
Is that a
Gas
British
mark.
thing?
Yeah,
What is maximum?
I don't
10?
even know.
8?
Don't know,
All right.
but I've heard
Well,
that terminology.
We'll have to figure that one out. Does Whirlpool go up to 6?
Whirlpool sucks it again. That's what I heard.
Oh, Whirlpool.
Should upgrade to Westinghouse when you have a chance.
Is that what you have?
No,
Oh,
fuck no.
I don't know what-
Westinghouse.
Is that bad? I don't know
Yeah,
anything about it.
it's a
Okay.
shit brand.
Okay.
We've talked about it on the show before.
Okay. And
It's a pot against humanity card. too.
West. Okay. All right.
Is it my pick?
Should we even do a song?
Yeah,
We
I
got so
don't-
much business here. We got 10th anniversary messages. We'll save those for after.
That hat looks nice.
Let's save the 10th
Chris is
anniversary.
he's not making that pained face.
Slightly better than the Miami Sharks hat
Slightly,
that got
yeah.
me a few months ago.
That's a nice hat. It's very nice.
Stretchy.
I didn't get to see your shirt.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No.
I'll show it to you. It's very nice.
It's all hearsay so far. Oh, who's in the sharpshooter there?
Shawn Michaels.
Oh, good.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah. Right where he belongs.
That's where he should be.
That's right.
Boy,
At
toy.
least
Get
at
outta
that
here.
time. In that era. Okay, so Nick, it is
I-
your turn. So you can
should I
mosey on
come
over
over?
if you're ready. For
I don't know. Am I?
Oh, I don't know. Do you feel ready? If you want to sit and eat pie, go ahead. Well, you don't even have a piece for yourself, do you?
No, I have half a pie at home.
Okay. So let's crack this open. Yes. All right, we got number 163. 163.
No, I don't think so.
That's not a good one, huh?
Straight up no.
It might
right?
be good, but I don't know.
All right.
Move along to the next trick.
He doesn't want it. What are you going to say?
Sorry to
When the man says
whomever
no,
that is.
he says no. Just a straight up no.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's pull it again. 775. 775.
Huh. Can I
Sounds
see the
intrigued.
comment there?
Nick's reading now. There's a comment, a couple sentences here.
This is I'm going to bookmark it.
Okay.
Uh,
So that's a maybe.
that could get us in trouble.
Do you know
Yes,
it or no?
No,
Trouble.
no, I'm just saying it could be one of those where it's like, oh, why did we pick this? You know,
Okay.
Oh, he's been
a
burned
habit
on
of,
that before.
I have a
yes.
habit of flying blind and crashing. Oh, come on.
Hey, we're not doing that. Nick just saw the next one, a sneak peek before I pulled the trigger. We're definitely not doing that.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I don't think so.
Okay. The last one we got is 196.
No. No.
Is there anything on the screen that excites you if we want to play that game?
You're not doing 775.
We'll do 775.
Okay.
We'll go for it. We're gonna trust the listener who sent it in because I don't know the song, but it's with the artist and the description that the listener gave. I don't really know what to expect, and I don't know what year it's from.
I have no idea.
I'm assuming
either.
it's a bit more recent than stuff that we'd be more familiar with. So
Well, we'll probably have fun with it.
okay.
Either way. All right. Definitely know the artist. Do not know the song. Not really much else to say. So I will go ahead and turn the microphone over to Chris Jericho, and I will read the information.
Hold it.
Oh, you got something?
Yes.
Okay.
Hit it.
Habemus Papam.
Time for Pope stuff. Yeah, that Pope stuff. Here's some Pope stuff. Time for Pope stuff.
Okay, I'll make this quick, but Nick, any guesses as to the Pope in 775?
Athanasius.
Wrong. Pope Pascal I.
Really?
Paschal. And we'll make this a quick one. He was born in the year 775.
Okay.
All right, Pope Pascal.
Elevated to cardinal in the year 796.
Poping it up in 800.
Elected pope in 817. And ordained a bishop a day later. Died 7 years later in 824. There you go.
Ordained a bishop after he was elected.
That's what
pope?
it says on this chart.
But he was a cardinal already?
That's what it says
Kind
on
of-
this chart.
What kind of backwards nonsense is going on here?
I don't know how that works.
He's also elevated to a cardinal at age 21.
Wow.
That's pretty
That's
young.
got to be pretty young for that, huh?
This guy was
Yeah.
a blue chipper.
Of course, back in the day, the life expectancy was 22,
Yeah,
so I guess they had
that's
to
true.
move things along.
That's very true.
Yeah, cardinal is a bishop. I don't understand.
Hey, it's on the internet. It must be true. Remember that. That's it. We're done.
Okay.
All right.
We came out of it with more questions than we came in.
That's true.
That just, fuels the thirst for knowledge that we put out there to people.
Yeah.
So this song,
Wait, he didn't reveal it.
well, I don't think we've even gotten this vocalist before. Right, Andy?
I guess not.
We
no.
had a band that this vocalist was involved with, but I don't think we ever got this vocalist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's turn the microphone over to Chris Jericho.
All right, Hamel. This one's called
American Pie,
Off of
Revolution,
by the band.
Slaughter.
Ow! Oh!
Anything, Chris? Familiar?
I got to look up what year this
Is this a cover of the iconic song of the same name? Do we know?
We don't know.
That would be a mistake.
Or is
on
it
my
a more
part.
or is it a more whimsical send up on the coming of age movie franchise, which would be better, I think.
See, it's from 97.
Oh, that's before the movie. So, Slaughter Revolution.
I hope it's not that.
If it's a cover, we're pulling. We're not doing it.
I assumed it was. I assumed it was not simply the.
It's
took Mark Slaughter taking his Chevy to the levee, if you will.
Let me say this: it's 3 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay, it
so
can't
that
be
can't
them.
be it. Yeah. Okay, I just looked at the lyrics, not it. So I think we're safe here.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Now, you were talking Vinnie Vincent Invasion, right?
Yep.
The other band.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, as we know, was Jack Noseworthy on vocals.
Yes, it was.
One of the most incredible things that's ever happened on this show.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
No one can tell me that it wasn't Jack Noseworthy singing on the first.
I'm not
album.
going to try to. So this album, produced and arranged by Dana Strum and Mark Slaughter,
Oh my God.
recorded and mixed by Dana Strum. The back cover, well, the front cover a bit too, but very 60s, like very 60s, colorful, you know, psychedelic looking. Even the logo,
Yeah,
Is
it does look like something that would have been.
that's interesting.
Oh, were they going for an enough's enough vibe? I'm
Maybe.
gonna say?
I don't know. It says this. No, I'm on Discogs right now, just looking it up, and genre rock, style psychedelic rock. So
they're going all in with
I'm
it here.
assuming it carries over into the music then,
Okay.
and that's part of the reason why I selected it, because Who submitted it again?
Mike Medina.
Yes, Mike Medina.
Our friend Mike, longtime listener Mike. He says, an interesting song from a very uninteresting album. A 60s hippie fest, smooth, slow, and easy. It's not something you hear often, especially from a band like Slaughter.
This is the opening track, apparently, too.
Yep.
Now, what would be the reasoning, the thinking behind going down that musical direction at this particular time in history? Was it what was the year? 96?
97.
Was it sort of a reaction to the fact that, you know, the music that we're known for is completely off the map at this point, so we're just going to come out of nowhere with something? Is that the thinking?
Probably.
I bet Dana Strum stumbled into a Spencer Gifts at the mall at this time and was like, hey, this is what's hot right now with the young kids.
Well, if he did, in fact, do that, I'm sure he just did it in his usual style, lurching around with his mouth hanging open, which is pretty much what he did in every video he's ever appeared in. Acting like a complete jackass.
So, Rocky Mountain Way apparently is on this album.
Now that's got to be a cover.
That's
right?
I don't think you can call a song that.
That is the
and
single.
Not be really.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Written by Dana Strum, Mark Slaughter.
So are they just writing new songs with familiar titles? What else is on this album?
Yeah, it says
is that
all,
what they were going
It says
for?
all songs
Yeah.
written by them.
What
That's
are some of the
weird.
other song
All right.
titles?
Heaven It Cries, Tongue and Groove. Can we find it?
Someone was getting a new hardwood floor and decided to write a song
It's
about
a side gig for the drummer at this one. I don't know. Can we find a way? Stuck on You.
Lionel Richie cover, I'm sure.
Yep.
Nope.
Hard to Say Goodbye. Revolution.
Probably not a cover, apparently.
Guck. G-U-C-K.
Okay.
Heat of the Moment.
Asia tune.
Rocky Mountain Way.
Sound, or Asia song title. So
Yeah. You're My Everything. I'm Gone. Oh boy. Ad Majorum De Gloriam. I don't know, some Latin nonsense.
There you
So
go.
There you go. That's it.
Wow, it is very weird that some of the song titles are not the cover songs that we are familiar with.
I kind of like that idea.
I do too.
I have no idea what to expect
It's
here, though.
gutsy.
Yeah. And I get it. I mean, like Chris said, what you were known for at the Slaughter, what they were known for at this time was so not in vogue.
Yeah.
So you got to do something.
I mean, some other bands of that ilk in that era continued on. I mean, they changed their sound a little bit, but none that I can think of went in such a radical, different direction as this one.
Well, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but who continued on and was still successful?
Successful?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or nobody?
Does Aerosmith count?
Yeah, I guess. But they kind of were already from a couple
I
different...
guess so, but they were all in on the 80s, you know.
Yeah.
well, but
scene.
they were well established in the 70s. I mean, you could, Warrant was still putting out albums, Skid Row, but were they successful?
Warrant
Not.
Warrant went in a little bit different direction.
Well, they went in a different direction, not this radical.
No.
I mean, it was still resembling what they did. It was just not, bands tried to come with a little more substance than they did in the 80s, and with mixed results. But this is, I'm interested to hear what the music sounds like. But the quasi psychedelia mixed with iconic song titles affixed to original songs that aren't the songs you're expecting. Pretty interesting.
On our chat, Jackie Hardigan says Def Leppard's Slang album.
I was going to bring them up too. Yeah.
So they made it work.
But again, success, relatively speaking, I mean, certainly wasn't on the par with the big three in the 80s.
No.
So.
Yeah.
No.
But they were carrying on,
Sure.
But, it's not like they decided it wasn't like a country album, it's just was similar to what they were always doing. I mean, this just seems like a conscious move to put out something different. Whether they, if they thought how they thought it was going to be successful, I have no idea, and it certainly wasn't, because none of us have heard of it.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily the barometer of success, but you figure if something was somewhat successful, you'd have heard about it, and
right.
I haven't heard of it.
Never. All right, well, let's take a quick commercial break. And after these words from the Uplift Mofo Party Plan charity, we'll be right back with American Pie by Slaughter.
Okay, so I'm getting like a T-Rex Mott the Hoople vibe right away.
Yeah.
Right? A little glam rock, actually.
Yeah, which would have predated like the Def Leppard's sort of overt fixation on them, which they always had it, but when they came out with the Covers album and then the Diamond Star Halo's album title and stuff, making obvious nods to that, but so far I think you're dead on with that assessment, which I don't know how psychedelic or hippie-ish it is, but it's...
I'm actually, just from a few seconds hearing it, I'm pleasantly surprised, because I'm not really huge on like the psychedelic music scene. But if we're talking like something that fits in with like a early 70s glam kind of thing, that's the kind of sugar right there.
Yeah, you'd like that. That's got some pomegranate in it for you.
Sugar, sugar, honey, baby, rock and roll chop. With your lazy leather boots on, you're acting real wild. I'm a silver-tongued poet. I've got to say that you're looking really groovy, and I like it that way. Got 3D vision, live in cyberspace. Oh, what a rush! Oh, what a place! Oh, yeah.
I'm liking it.
Yeah?
I gotta text Tom right away. I don't wonder if he knows about this.
Was this right up his alley?
I would think so.
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wonder if he knows.
This is... Nick nailed it with the T-Rex, with the 20th Century Boy, Bang a Gong. I mean, it's just right in that wheelhouse. And any of the other bands of that ilk would kind of similarities could be drawn there.
And I don't know that any lyrical analysis would be necessary, because it just sounds like kind of your it's a typical song in that ilk. And in those songs, it's all just kind of like bubblegum, like, I'm talking about being attracted to a woman.
Yeah.
There's not usually anything, you never know, but there's usually not anything really stand out lyrically. But it's got that Ian Hunter sort of groove to it.
Yeah, I mean, go down the list of the names: Mott the Hoople, Ian Hunter. Maybe a little bit of the Sweet in there, all that stuff. Which I don't know. I wonder what the rest of the album sounds like, but I don't know. I as everybody knows, I'm not one to give Dana Strum any credit for anything, but.
Yeah.
This is an interesting way to address the very real scenario that your band and your music was not wanted by anybody. I mean, existing fans, sure, but you weren't on top of the world musically anymore. You weren't dominating MTV or radio anymore. Why not roll the dice with something like this?
Yeah, why not?
Mix it up a little bit, which I don't know. I think a lot of the bands that we talked about earlier tried to carry on. They tried to get heavier, put out music with a little more like substance to the lyrical content, because that's what they perceived what the grunge bands were doing, and they were to an extent, but
yeah,
this is more of harkening back to like way back and tapping into like whatever their influences were, which is more feel good rock, but coming at it from the glam style. So it's an interesting move. I give him credit.
It's pretty cool. And there's this came to mind, an album by a band that had some success and changed it up, and it almost seemed reckless. Like this you could almost think is like, okay, this is probably not going to take off because it's a very dated sort of a song.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna in '97. You're not going to compete with It's Closing Time or whatever. Like this isn't going to compete with that because it's so. But anyway, I ended up buying a used copy for like a buck or two of Crash Test Dummies. Give Yourself a Hand is the album. And pretty drastic change from the sort of stuff that they're known for.
What was Give Yourself a Hand like in comparison to the
it got
like acoustic rock?
It got a bit electronic.
Okay.
Like a lot of like falsetto singing.
Oh, I think you played me something from it.
It comes right out of the gate, kind of.
What's the first song called? Or what does he say in it or something?
That's who put the dog in the doghouse.
Yep.
is the opening line.
You played that for me.
Yeah,
before.
it's a weird album, and you just get the feeling like I don't know that they had any sort of inclination that it might be commercially successful. It's hard to know what the motivation is. I guess just even though there's money on the line, so I guess there's a point where bands are like, let's make a cool album.
Something different.
No matter what we do, it's probably not going to break.
Yeah.
So maybe let's just make a cool album.
Yeah, and that's fine, but at some point, you got to get sign off from whoever's paying for it, and that's always the issue. But
yeah, I was thinking Austin Powers came out the same year as this, and I'm not saying it was influenced or whatever, but what was going on where throwbacks to psychedelic '60s were cool at this point?
All I could think of is Austin Powers.
But
since you brought it up.
Yeah, but that was actually the same month of the same year as this.
That's interesting.
So something was in the water where that was was coming up.
But this is a few years after the whole Austin Powers mid-late 60s kind of
no, he just said it came out
I mean like, but the scene, the vibe that it was capturing in Austin Powers, that was
later 60s. This is early 60s.
Yeah, that was like what, Piccadilly Circus or whatever you want to call that in the 60s, and then this is more this like is Top of the Pops glam stuff,
which would have been the 70s.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
So it's a bit different, but yeah, based on the album cover, yeah, I could see where it is kind of strange that those came out at the same time.
Well, let's keep going.
Peace, love, flower, power, say what you will. Everybody wants a piece of American pie. My. Jesus says he loves you and that's out of sight. Now you say it's raining but the sun is so bright. You're so cosmic, I'm naked on the moon. And your lots of Lucy's garden but you're still in the room. 3D vision, live inside the space. Oh, what a rush. Oh, what a place. Oh, yeah.
I don't think we've gotten to what would be considered a chorus yet, right?
I think that was it just now.
Well, is that the chorus? Because that to me sounds like we hit a pre-chorus.
Well, they said the title of that one portion. I mean, or typically when you would hear the title of the song in the chorus, he said everybody wants a piece of American pie. Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it was there a little earlier. I think we're in verse 2 here.
I think interesting, because I would be expecting a more repetitive, kind of easier chorus for someone to latch on to.
I think this is actually chorus 2, because this is
wow.
This got 3D vision, live in cyberspace thing. He said this twice. Just come back to it again, but it is like the same as the rest of the song.
yeah, it's interesting because I was not expecting it to be as how would you say. I expected more like, okay, it's clear that this is your chorus right here.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe there's more. I mean, we're not even halfway through the song.
That's
yet,
true.
So.
It's got a little bit of a Kinks vibe too, I think.
Sure.
Where
I
it's
hear it.
just the tempo and the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Peace, love, flower, power, say what you will. Everybody wants a piece of American pie.
That's your chorus right there.
Yep.
Interesting choice, but it works, I think, for that guitar, I guess, solo section.
Mm-hmm.
Buried in the mix, but effect heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to do it. It comes in and sort of instead of jumping on top of everything, it sort of supports the rhythm that's already been going on.
Yeah.
So I have no issue with that, and I'm just it's hard to pick out Mark Slaughter's voice. Like, I know it's his voice, but it's hard to identify it with that really high soaring stuff that he was known for.
Well, and that's the other thing is like you got to give him credit for doing something totally different, like outside of his wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean,
if
you played this for someone, 0 people would guess it's Slaughter.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely 0 people. Unless they knew it already. But I'm just saying, upon first listen, no.
No way.
Nope.
What'd you think of that solo, Chris?
I mean, it was fine. It fit the song. It's, again, not something you expect from Slaughter, but it fits the song. It's something you would expect from a band of that time period doing that. Not the mid-'90s, but the early to mid-'70s. It would be something you would hear on a T-Rex album or a Mott the Hoople, and just fit the song. It was nicely done.
Oh, what a rush. Oh, what a place. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Peace, love, flower, power, say what you will. Everybody wants a piece of American pie. Peace, love, flower, power, say what you will. Everybody wants a piece of American pie.
So are we still in doubt as to what the chorus is? I think we're good there, right?
It took a little time for it to set in for me. I like that chord progression around the chorus, which the chorus it just consists of like what, 1 line, 2 lines, but I like that chord progression that's behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, and so going back to what we were talking about, I think it was a discussion before we started rolling on the episode, but when I brought up how people, on Kissopolis or whatever, some Kiss related Facebook page, and they put up the Sonic Boom and said, what's your favorite song on this album, what's your least favorite song, and like half the comments are, it all sucks, it's pure crap, blah blah blah.
Pure crap.
And it's just like we were talking about how all these people who claim to be fans of the band, they just can't accept anything new from the band. It's like they only like what was in that wheelhouse when they were impressionable and really into Kiss, and then anything that came after that, it's like, well, it doesn't measure up to Destroyer and all that other stuff, and it's stupid. But so basically, fans of the band rejecting new music from the band, and going back to what I said a few minutes ago, whereas like when you're probably not going to win any new fans because the band name Slaughter is associated with hair metal, and probably not going to get any converts. I just wonder how long-standing fans of the band reacted to this when it came out. If they liked it, they didn't like it, because like you said, Nick, Mark Slaughter can really bring it vocally with that high-pitched, aggressive style. He's not doing any of that. So if you're a fan of Mark Slaughter back then, do you appreciate the fact that he did something different? Or are you like all these mopes on Facebook who are just like, oh, it sucks. You know, it's not what they used to do. It's not what I'm used to hearing from them. It sucks. You know, I wonder how they reacted to it.
Well, and another band that right around this time, this was the Load Reload era, 97.
Yes.
So, I mean, and I remember there being a quote, I think it was from Behind the Music, the Metallica one, where James Hetfield was basically saying, like, this is what we're doing, and I can't carry all the fans on my back. Like, they're going to come if they want to. They're going to drop off if they want to. I can't try to write something to maintain every fan that we've had up to this point. And so there's something respectable about that again, it's like, we're going to make a cool album. It's going to be different, but this is what we're doing.
Well, and
it's still going to be good, but it's going to be a little different.
Well, and then, of course, they did the Lulu album and also Saint Anger and stuff. And, you know, they weren't afraid to take chances and stuff like that. That came later than the era we're talking about now. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean...
But Lulu wasn't commercial at all, and I don't think there was ever a serious thought that you're going to have a hit here. It's more, It's more like, hey, look at...
It was an art piece.
Yeah, look at the two artists whose names are on here. Yeah. That's about all.
And it's like they did it because they could, and I'm sure they felt to some degree inspired and did feel that it was an artistic statement, and it was, but, you know, it's completely against the grain from what they did. But you still have people in Metallica who's just like anything after Master of Puppets, even and Justice for All, some people reject.
It's ridiculous.
And it's fine. I mean, I get it. They became more of a commercial hard rock band and whatever you want to do, but, you know, when they look at their bank account balances, they're not shedding any tears over the different direction they went in, and neither is anybody else associated with their organization.
And I'll say something controversial since we're talking about Metallica and all, you know, the fans dropping off at certain points. I'll go even further. I don't understand why the Black Album is like the jumping off point for so many people. I could see after that if stylistically you didn't like it.
You think that's fine?
I think the Black Album is like a fine natural progression from where they went and where they were going, from where they started and where they were headed.
Is it because it is a progression and it's not exactly a copy?
I think it makes sense. I don't think it's some jarring, oh, what are they doing? What is this? Mm-hmm. Like, it makes no sense that Metallica would make an album like this. I don't think so.
Well, it was the first album that didn't have like all the super complicated arrangements and the really long songs and stuff. And the other thing, we've talked about it on the show, is like a lot of times bands don't necessarily get hated for their own music, but they get hated for the fans of their of the band. Like, I'm convinced that I understand why a lot of people hate the Grateful Dead, but I think a lot of it is rooted in their filthy hippie fan base, and people hate that shit. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with, like, you know, Metallica with the Black Album. You know, all the fucking jocks from high school and the meatheads and stuff swooped in and became fans of the band, when before it was like the metal outcasts were, you know, what the band was all about. And I just think when, like, people that you don't like start commandeering your favorite band, you can become bitter toward your band for heading in that direction. I'm sure Brian Nirvana dealt with a lot of that, and it's not their fault. It's just that's what they were doing at the time.
And when you grab for the brass ring and actually get it, then everyone's gonna like it, no matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not gonna be able to be selective with your fan base
and anymore. You know, Nirvana wanted that. That's why you record on Geffen Records. If you don't want to be a worldwide star, you don't record on Geffen Records. And then James and Lars at the Black Album, they're like, they heard Dr. Feelgood, Motley Crue, and they're like, who made this album? We want to work with him because we want our album to sound like that. And that's, and you don't go down that road unless you want to cash in and make a big impact on the entire music world and have a bunch of crossover success. And that's exactly what happened.
Have an album that's been on the top 200 for 30 years
Yeah.
or
Still.
something ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good career move, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Good album too.
yeah. And, you know, money is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Allegedly, I don't know.
well, yeah, that's what I hear. But to quote the great American philosopher David Lee Roth, I've been rich and I've been poor. Rich is better, definitely better. So that's all I need to hear.
Yep.
I heard Andy has the tambourine sheet music for this somewhere at home.
What does that look like? I don't even know.
It's
What would-
Well, they have drum tabs.
I know, little X's and stuff, yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah.
rhythms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how much time we have left. I just wanted to stop it just to break it up a bit.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
But I have no complaints.
No?
No, I don't. I don't think so.
Yeah, the only other thing I'll bring up is it's not necessarily the same vibe, but the other similarity I'm hearing here is to Boogie with Stu off of Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti album. It's definitely a, you know, electronic drums, and it's got the same tempo and same groove to it. So that's another similarity I'm drawing, but I think they were, like, you know, with the album artwork and the sonic quality of the rest of it, they were not necessarily going for a Zeppelin vibe, because I don't think Zeppelin fits that mold, but sonically it's very similar to Boogie with Stu.
Never heard that one. Nick, do you know Boogie with Stu?
No, I know Strutting with Some Barbecue, but I'm not sure about
Boogie, you would
Boogie
like
with Stu.
Boogie with Stu has a nod to Richie Valens in it.
Oh.
He quotes "Oh My Head" in the song.
Oh,
so,
nice.
That's
yeah,
cool.
you might like it actually. It's very sounds very similar to this from the electronic drums and the whole groove and tempo. It's almost identical.
That's it.
I really want to know how the second song on the album starts.
Well,
Is that
wanna
is
hear
that beyond the boundaries of what we
No,
of
we
what
can-
we
Well,
can do?
come on,
it's your
Nick.
damn show,
Yeah,
Nick.
Exactly.
It's called Heaven at Christ.
Okay,
That's a sitar.
so we got that. Okay,
Just gonna keep going. Do the whole. Let's do the whole album.
that's it got Zeppelin-y. It went
That drum beat.
it went a bit Beatle-y to Zeppelin-y in there. I don't know.
it did.
Mike said this is an uninteresting album. It's pretty interesting so far.
You're gonna have to check that one out tomorrow,
I
huh?
might have to.
Yeah, I'm actually intrigued just to hear what the rest of it sound like. But I will say, back to the original track that we were listening to, it basically, that song actually ended almost exactly the same way that Boogie with Stu ends.
Oh, okay.
Just has the drum loop, and then it just grinds to a halt. So I'd be surprised if they weren't also influenced by that song, which is an unusual deep cut in the Zeppelin catalog.
Well, why don't you just keep... Well, I guess it's Nick's turn. Nick chose this song. I was going to say, Chris,
guess.
keep it going. But, Nick, you chose a song from the listener submission list submitted by Mike. Sweet Surrender, A Kick in the Crotch.
A Sweet Surrender.
Ooh.
It's Sweet Surrender.
Hell yes.
I think this mug gives superpowers.
You sounded pretty cool.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a Darth Simmons mug.
That's pretty good.
That's nice for Daddy.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's not anything that is groundbreaking new sound or anything like that, but the fact that it's one of those things where when you know the artist and then you hear that this is the song that this artist did, it makes it more interesting, and it's pretty cool. And that's what I think we have here. That we have Slaughter, who, you know, were pretty huge. What, I don't know, 4 or 5 years before this.
Yeah.
Maybe a few more years
6,
than that.
7.
Yeah, but the fact that they did this total, British glam, early 70s British glam throwback to start off their album in a time like Chris had mentioned, where I'm sure interest was not at an all-time high for them. It's gutsy, and it's pretty cool. Like I really liked it, and I'm curious about the rest of the album. It's piqued my interest for sure. So I'm a fan of it.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna do A Sweet Surrender as well.
It's Sweet Surrender.
Hell yes.
I mean, Nick pretty much said it all. I mean, it's highly interesting to me that they would do this, and they get a lot of credit for me for doing it. Fascinated by the thinking behind it, but I think the execution is good. It's a catchy little number that nods to, like we talked about, glam rock, but also the Zeppelin and some other classic rock, and versus trying to come out with something that is a rehash of what they did in the late 80s, or doing something like a Carnival of Souls type thing where they're trying to blend in with what's going on. They did neither of those things, and for that they should get a huge amount of credit.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying that about a Dana Strum joint, but it's, hey,
I love the fact that it's not a crunchy drop D kind of just getting heavy.
right,
to
trying
fit in.
to get go with the flow,
like you said,
blend
Carnival
in.
of Souls. Like I really love that it's not that.
Well, there might be some of that on later cuts,
Possibly.
but that would be kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. I just think, again, with the cover art and what we just heard, that they just made a conscious effort to, we're going to go totally against the grain, something that harkens back to things that are familiar, but it's not just an attempt to blend in with what's going on in the current day.
Yeah, a lot of respect.
I agree. I people accuse me of being pretty set in my opinions, and it's for the most part true. But in this case, I gotta give Strum and company credit. And again, Mark Slaughter, just completely different vocal style that doesn't harken back to anything he ever did before vocally, which, quite frankly, that's how he established himself didn't do any of that. So yeah, huge amount of respect.
All right, I'm giving it a sweet surrender.
It's sweet surrender.
Hell yes.
Echoing what you guys said, all the same thing, but also these guys probably had a really good time doing this, where like you kind of get to throw away the blueprint of what you do and how you became who you are. I'm not saying every band should do that all the time, but I bet it was a fun thing to do.
Probably cathartic as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Probably a good time. So, good for them. I'd like to hear the rest of it. I'm curious now.
Yeah, me too.
Not even typically something I'm that into, but how restrained Mark Slaughter was in this song. He didn't, like, at the end, hit some Mark Slaughter notes just for the hell of it. He did the deal the way it's supposed to be done the whole time.
It's one of those things where people talk about it all the time. It's about the song.
Yeah.
And in this case, it truly was.
It really was, yeah. Yeah, so look at us.
All right, Hammond! I got a question for you.
Yeah, Kiss should not have done Carnival of Souls. They should have done something like this.
They should have done this.
There's your answer.
Yep. Paul Stanley needs to know. Not even wants to. He needs to know if 1997, between Carnival of Souls and Psycho Circus, the reunion, what they should have been doing. Should they have been doing this?
Given all these gifts that we're surrounded by that came from Colin Taco Bell, we'd be remiss if we didn't bash Carnival of Souls to some degree. Which I half of it I like, and I also just admire them for sort of just doing something a little unexpected, but by the same token, that's just a total attempt to get with the times and be accepted by the current, be relevant amid the current musical landscape, which they did in the 80s and were successful with it. It wasn't going to happen in the 90s, so why not do something like this that Slaughter did?
Yeah. Oh, we're voting.
My vote is in.
Yeah, mine is too.
Yeah, mine too. What's the order?
Nick, me, you.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I like to find the cowbell, but we might not be near it, so I'll just say I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Ah!
But I really enjoyed it, but as a song, it's very, it's not unique, but we love that it was a throwback, but I don't think I could elevate it to that status. But I'm very, very intrigued by the album so far.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah.
But I just don't think as a standalone song, I don't think I could push it through.
No, I agree with you. I agree with the rationale behind that vote.
But nothing.
But
bad
it's
to
good.
say.
No,
Yeah.
no. I think Andy would even agree. Just a massive amount of respect for putting something like this out when they did, and given their history, and who knows what the the pressures or lack thereof for whoever was funding this project.
Mm-hmm.
Record label, I don't know what label they were affiliated with at the time. I'm guessing it wasn't the same one that they were on during their heyday, because all those bands essentially got dropped. But just to put something like this out, massive cojones, worthy of respect, and as a result of that respect, the rest of the album is worth investigating, I think.
All right. Well, if you disagree with us, we are sorry.
That's just the fucking way it is.
You got to deal with it.
BMG is what I'm seeing here.
That's
all right,
who?
a known label.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they put it out, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure they were, 3 albums into a 4-album deal or whatever it was at the time. I can't imagine that they were on a hot new big contract, and this is what they put out. This seems like a fulfillment album.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And on the back, I see the enhanced CD and QuickTime logos.
Oh boy, yeah, where they had a video
One of those
on there
where
or whatever.
You can't put it into your tray and your PC and just hear the music. You have to. No, I don't want the behind the scenes videos every single time that I want to listen to the CD.
We had a couple.
You gotta
of those
be
back
quick.
in the day.
Gotta be quick.
Yeah. What do you just exit out?
I think so.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, well, something you're not going to X out. You know what we got?
No.
We're kind of, I don't know, maybe we made a request kind of late in the game to get a couple more of our 10th anniversary messages, and we got them, but we might have too many now. We might have to...
What?
We might have to extend it to January 1st.
Well, or we could, do multiples in the next episode. Who knows?
Okay.
Sacrifice a yard of questions.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll figure it out.
Well,
but, we're not going to deprive our listeners of blowing smoke up their asses. That's not going to happen.
Of course. So here, the first one we got here is from our friend Ian T. Essex.
Bob strikes 10, it must be Monday night. A decade of stupidity, but that's alright. Listen to Pound of Thunder tonight. Leave us a voice message tonight.
Hey guys, this is Wes Beach from the Plasmatic.
That's the wrong guy. I'll be damned. I think I deleted the wrong one. All right, here's Tyler Claro.
Hey guys, this is Tyler from Canada. Just wanted to quickly say congratulations. This podcast has a special place in my heart. I kind of came to it during COVID when everything was so uncertain, but you guys provided a constant in my life at that point, and your personalities I totally connected with, and I just get the humor instantly, and I just love the banter, the inside jokes. It's just all incredible. Good, real good. I just glad to be able to call you guys friends. I love sending stuff back and forth with Andy all the time on Instagram, and I wish you guys continued success, and you have a listener for life.
Oh man, thank you, Tyler. All right, let's.
And, hopefully there's, years and years ahead of you and Andy sending each other genital selfies. That's what I naturally assume is what's being sent back and forth between you two.
You'd think that you'd run out of options with genital selfies, but no.
Yeah,
every day
angles,
there's one or two.
There's lighting, there's settings.
There's makeup.
Yeah, holiday, festive.
Exactly right.
Costuming of the genitals.
Hang some mistletoe from it. You're good. You got something new.
Yeah. All right, now, is this going to be the right one? Let's see. Ian, is this your message?
Hello, Pot of Thunder. This is your buddy Ian T. Essex. And I just wanted to say congratulations on the last 10 years. You guys are fucking awesome. And I discovered you guys in 2020. In the midst of the pandemic. I luckily still was able to go to work and needed something to occupy my time as I was deemed essential. So I actually became aware due to the Aerosmith episode on Talk is Jericho.
There we go.
And have since converted more so to your podcast, and rightfully so. Season 1, I had to run all the way through it, and just the creativity that came out of it really brightened up my day and really got me through some shit, and still continues to get me through some shit. And it was about 2 years ago, I had sent in a yard of questions, and it was about, a time that something turned out to be a total fucking dewclaw, and you just had to kick the shit out of it. And when I heard Chris's story about fucking up that mixer that was giving him a hard time before his wife's celebration, that really inspired me to kick myself in the ass, and I took charge of my life and got a hell of a lot better of a job, have completely changed out my friend zone, and just wanted to share that And one other thing, Nick Jones is an absolute genius. The songs that he creates for Andy on a weekly basis are fucking incredible.
Oh, I have
And
something.
not only on top of that, I think that if ever given the chance that I have to start a late night show, I would hire Nick Jones to be the director.
Wow,
that is a good move.
I'd do it.
Anyways, I just wanted to wish you guys all the best, and thank you for doing what you do. And yeah, it was about time I got around to recording this. And I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Man.
Wow. Thank you, both of you.
I gotta say, I'm completely blown away that one of the worst, most embarrassing low points of my life inspired somebody to improve their own life.
That's good, right?
I mean, just the completely losing it to rage and destroying something inspired this guy to improve his life. I'm glad I told that story.
Yeah, because I mean, it already happened. So
Yeah.
the fact that you were able to take that and share it, and it turned, well, I don't want to say turn something around for Ian, but it helped inspire a turnaround for Ian.
My complete lack of composure was parlayed into something positive for him. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, who would have thought? Well, thank you to both Tyler and Ian. And next week we've got a couple more lined up for our big Christmas episode. But now it's time for Nick's favorite part of the show.
What can it be?
A commercial.
Oh.
I don't get yards of questions, motherfucker. I give them.
Sing away.
So angry in that
Yes, Chief.
I was looking at an in memoriam. You know, those are coming out now.
For who?
For the year people who passed away this
and
year.
Jim Brown, of course.
Yeah.
On there. A lot of folks passed on this year.
Yeah, as they always do.
Yeah, that's true.
People be dying. Old people from, I don't know. Oh, it's just everybody. But you know what I mean. Every year, more and more celebrities that you were into when you were younger. Kicking the bucket.
Not too many left.
David the Gnome kicked the bucket. Yardo questions, huh?
What you know?
What you know? I see a woman's name. I don't even have to scream these. We're rolling with it.
Blindly go with it.
Yeah, this will be good.
Yeah. All right, so this Yardo questions comes to us from last week from Gina Girardi.
What do you mean last week? Oh, she sent it last week?
She sent these last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through and I saw her name and I thought, hey, let's do it. So she says, hey guys, thanks for making Mondays much more tolerable and bringing laughter to an otherwise lousy day of the week.
Yeah, okay.
I thought you'd like a special holiday edition batch of Yardos.
Yeah, why not?
we would.
Yeah, to ring in the winter season. And if you don't read them anyway, somebody else might. All right.
All right.
I like where we're going with this, Gina. Question 1. What are your favorite and least favorite winter holiday traditions, Christmas or whichever other holiday you celebrate? Whether that's family, community, work traditions, let's hear them, especially the dumb ones.
Well, Andy's got one tomorrow.
What's that?
Don't you have a white elephant exchange?
Oh, yeah, white elephant exchange.
How do you
at
feel
work.
about white elephant exchanges?
I did it once, maybe 12 years ago at Playboy, and I ended up with a blow-up doll, which nobody wanted, including me. It's an embarrassment for everyone that someone took a... I don't even know if they bought it somewhere else or if it was just around the office.
Yeah.
That happens during those.
But like one of those... When I say blow-up doll, it was like the literal... Something that was like a pool inflatable, like that type of... Yeah. And then I stole it because in the white... I don't remember all the rules of the white elephant, but you can steal from someone.
Yeah.
But I stole it because a woman got it. And I was like, she doesn't want this. And I don't care, so I'm going to take
Chivalry.
it. And then I just left it in my cubicle with a Kiss shirt on it. And then I said it was my decoy when I wanted to leave.
There you go. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, but
Very nice
that
of
was the
you.
only other white elephant, and tomorrow I've got my second ever white elephant.
Oh.
To which I'm bringing drugs as my present.
Why
So
not?
We'll see how that goes.
Why not?
I bought my first drugs today, guys.
100% true.
Yeah, 40 years old, bought drugs.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like an outlaw.
it's all over now.
Well, you bought it legally, so there you go.
Well, I hauled them back over state line.
Well,
so.
that is true. Yeah,
Well-
it's surprised you weren't.
Not riding in my car on the way home.
Yeah.
I don't have them on me.
Oh, well, still. When they descend upon you, I don't want to be anywhere
That's
near.
true.
We did a white elephant exchange one time where I worked years ago. It was pretty disappointing.
Really?
Yeah, people were like, I took Post-it notes because I forgot we had this. So like, I ended up with a thing of Post-it notes.
That's
yeah,
lousy.
It was
You shouldn't be
dumb.
able to participate then.
No, you shouldn't.
If
but,
you didn't
but I'm
bring
the guy who
anything-
ended up with the Post-it notes.
Garbage.
Absolute garbage.
That's loser garbage. Whoever did that should be ashamed of themselves.
I think in general, I don't know. I guess there is potential for those to be fun, but in the workplace, I just don't see it.
Yeah, the other
The
thing.
workplace white elephant is my answer for this question.
Hey, I might love it. I don't know what I'm going to end up with, but
So different drugs.
when they when they were talking about it at work, they're like, "Oh, there's an Amazon section for white elephant," and I was like, I didn't even look it up, so I don't know what was on it. But I was just thinking that sounds like
Spencer Gifts.
you're taking the fun out of it almost because
Yeah.
you're just letting someone else do the thinking for you
Yeah.
instead of, whatever. How about tradition? So Nick's saying his favorite is white elephant. We got that
Well, not exactly.
loud and clear.
Is it? We have favorite and non-favorite? I thought it was just non-favorite.
It said favorite and least favorite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's one of my least favorite, just off the top of my head. Especially within the confines of a work setting.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound appealing to me.
Yeah. Well, for me, I would have to say my favorite in general is just gift giving. Who doesn't like to receive gifts? And you can, if you're not a complete Scrooge, it can be fun to come up with a gift, non-white elephant that you think somebody might enjoy. So I think my favorite part would be the gift giving. I think the least favorite, this is what's coming to mind, and I gotta proceed carefully because our buddies on the Deep Purple podcast kind of riff on this every holiday season, but they kind of do. I like the way they do it, but the thing I don't like about it is like every jackass out there is gloms onto it around this time of the year is that whole elf on the shelf thing. It's just played out, And just everybody swooping in, trying to, capitalize on it or think they're clever by using it. I get tired of seeing it. I don't even know where it originated from, but
I don't either.
It's overdone. It's played out. Oh, and there's something that just popped into my mind, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say it for my least favorite thing. The whole Christmas Story fascination. A terrible movie. One of the most overrated movies I've ever seen. I forced myself to watch it a few years ago, and I'm like, what is everybody so fucking gung-ho about this piece of shit?
You're alone.
I know I'm alone, but it's
got Kolchak the Night Stalker.
I don't give a shit about Kolchak
Yes,
the
you
Night
do.
Stalker. All right, you should have stuck with Kolchak, being involved with that, and and everybody, the fucking leg lamp and all this other bullshit, and all the catchphrases like Christmas Story out, done, overrated.
I gotta say, it's kind of along those lines. My movie that's like that is Christmas Vacation.
Oh, that's a terrible movie.
And I
too.
I
I'm with you
apologize
on
because
that.
I know everybody loves
People
it.
love it. I'll watch it if it's
got
on.
fun-
If I'm doing something in the
It's got some funny
background.
stuff, but I'm never watching it.
I'm with
Never
you on
watching that
that.
movie.
It is far and away the worst of the vacation movies, and it's just not a good movie. And I don't get the fascination.
And
with it.
it's
I'm with you.
It's
on
one of
that.
those movies that's so heavily merchandisable now.
Oh yeah. It's
Like the inflatables now. They've got like the station wagon. You can buy a giant inflatable of that.
The inflatables. The yard inflatables.
That's another one.
Yeah.
And just to cap it off, just from when I was a kid to now, even though I'm too old to go to midnight mass anymore, but that was always a pretty cool thing to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if it was snowing when you got out, which happened, I think, a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really, just a cool experience. And I go to 5 o'clock in the evening now.
Yeah.
I don't even...
Can't even do it
Used
later
to
on.
go to, like, we did midnight. I remember one year, Andy, he fell asleep as soon as we walked in, woke up as soon as we were walking out.
That's how you do it.
And I think I'd gone to some 11 p.m.s, and then just at this point, it's like, my eyes are droopy by the 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, question 2. What was your most favorite Christmas/holiday present ever? What was the one you just looked at and went, WTF?
Okay, mine is one and the same. So
really, favorite and confused.
WTF and favorite.
So believe it or not, so back in the day, remember, way back in the day, I want to say it was late 70s, early 80s. You guys might not remember this, but those handheld sports games
We had
just had
some.
the little LEDs.
Yeah.
in them. So the big one was Mattel electronic football, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I asked my parents that I want that. What did they give me? They gave me Coleco Electronic Quarterback, which was a handheld football game, but it wasn't the Mattel version. I was fucking apoplectic about it. I'm like,
Really?
This is not what I asked for. I was pissed off. I probably ruined Christmas for my parents because I was so pissed off about it.
You let them know?
I did. I was
Immediately or later?
Immediately. I was like, this is not what I asked for. I don't want this. But I stuck with it. Turned out to be a much better game because you could pass and you could block with it.
So it was a win.
It was a win. Like I said, it was one and the same. When I first got it, it was like, WTF, this is not what I asked for. Everybody else on the block has the Mattel. I've got this piece of shit. But I was forced to start playing with it, and I realized it was a much better game than the Mattel version. So there you go.
We had the Mattel one, didn't we?
I remember having a few of those.
I think
in the
it was the
basement,
Mattel.
but I don't remember what the
We had
brands
Coleco
were.
Vision growing up.
The console,
which from what I'm told is better than Atari,
Better
but
than
less
Atari.
popular.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, but I remember it being pretty
The
cool.
Coleco handheld sports games were way better than the Mattel ones. There's no doubt about it.
Nick?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go with. Well, I'll do two for my favorites. One is a big one that, of course, is going to be the favorite, and the other is one I think I brought up before, but it was just out of the blue, and I just was absolutely delighted with it. First one is I remember, it was probably about 30 years ago, maybe a little more than 30. I get up. I was the first one up usually.
Yeah, you were. We were talking about that today.
Yeah.
Mom and I.
Yeah,
Nick was trying to get everybody up early.
It was dark, and they even showed me what button to push to turn on the coffee.
That's what
because
we
they
were
weren't
talking
getting up without the coffee. So I get up and I walk over to the living room, and I'm looking, just taking it all in, and I see a giant box up against the wall, and I'm like, what did
Jay get?
I have a 1 in 5 chance here.
Oh.
So, and it happened to be for me.
Yeah. That's Big day.
And it was my candy apple red Kramer Striker.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's like my... Before that, I only had my
The Terminator?
The Terminator, which was a Toys R Us with a little amplified speaker built into it, which weighed 1 million pounds.
Yeah.
But the Kramer Striker, and then the other one was a few years back. My wife got me that little curling game that you unroll. It's got the little marble curling stones. Just never knew a thing like that existed. Was absolutely delighted and fascinated. And then for one that I was like, what is this? You know, I don't know.
Never gotten one of those?
I mean, I'm sure I have. I've given them out.
Or you've gotten a weird reaction?
I guess I can give that as my answer if I can twist it. One of my sisters-in-law, I found out Christmas Eve that she was going to give me something the next day, and I didn't have anything ready.
Okay.
And
like you didn't know you were exchanging gifts with her?
I didn't know I was exchanging. Yeah, I didn't know that she had gotten me something. I'm like, oh no, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
So, another one of my sisters-in-law said, oh, she loves Legally Blonde.
Okay.
It was like, I think only one was out at that point.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, like a DVD. I'm like, what are the chances after, like late at night on Christmas Eve I could find somewhere that has that?
Okay.
So I stop at the Walgreens in Munster.
I was going to say Walgreens?
Walgreens in Munster. Our mutual friend Rick.
Oh my gosh.
Who I saw everywhere.
Oh man.
I saw him everywhere. Wherever I went, I saw Rick. Rick was there.
Yeah.
They had Legally Blonde. Rick rang me up.
Wow.
I give it to her the next day. Kind of a blank look on her face. I find out later she doesn't actually like that movie.
Not at all?
I got a bum steer.
Who told you she liked it?
Her sister.
One of her sisters.
Oh, okay.
She should
Was
have
she
known.
intentionally messing with you, or she
No,
just
I don't think so.
completely
I think it was a misunderstanding, but it was oh man, Christmas is saved too. Oh well, that was anticlimactic. You do what you can, right?
Go with the information that's provided. You would think that's reputable information. It turned out it wasn't. What are you going to do?
All right, question 3. If you could add any tradition you wanted to... If you could add any tradition you wanted to your annual holiday celebration, what would it be? Thank you, Gina, for your questions.
If I could add one?
Yep, add it. Ski trip. I don't know. Just making stuff up.
Ski trip.
Volunteer as Santa at the mall.
Well, I mean, kind of have done one, I guess. Like, I don't know if there's one that I would like to add, but just the other night, my sons and I had a big dreidel game.
Oh wow!
We gathered around, got a can of peanuts out, and
is that part of it? Peanuts?
What is dreidel? I've never heard.
That's
of
it's like a Hanukkah sort of a thing that. It's just like a little top, basically a little wooden sort of top.
I do know that.
You spin it four-sided, and then
I do know what that is.
Yeah, and you can use like beans or peanuts or I don't know, whatever as the little game pieces.
Okay.
And now we do that. Like we've done that for years actually. Now we bust out the dreidels around this time of year.
I had no idea.
Actual dreidel with Hebrew characters on it?
Yeah, and I usually have to defer to my oldest. What does this one mean again?
Really?
Yeah, because
he's got it memorized.
He knows all 4 symbols, and he knows that one you have to put one in the pot, or you get half the pot or whatever. Yeah, he's the authority.
Well, along those lines, and hopefully this is something that will come to fruition in the coming year. But I think once it does, I think I'd like to see it become a holiday tradition, a nice, wholesome game. Families coming together, playing a game of Pot Against Humanity, our card game that's in the works. all zingers from throughout the episodes. I think that is slated to be produced sometime in 2024.
Wow.
And when it does, I would love to see it become a family tradition, a holiday tradition to sit around and play that game. There is some unbelievable stuff in there. Stuff I have no recollection of saying or hearing either you guys say, but
yeah,
Camarado is putting it together. I trust him wholeheartedly that this stuff is all accurate and pretty amazing. So I think once, like I said, the plan is to have it ready and out by holiday 2024. And if and when that happens, I would like that to become a holiday tradition amongst ourselves, all of us in Pop Nation.
Well, New Year's Eve is usually a big, like, that's a night where I like to do that kind of stuff. So I could see that becoming, I could see that coming into play New Year's Eve 2024.
Yeah.
I had I wanted to real quick, another gift that I gave. I couldn't not tell this story. Andy was there. Probably the most awkward gift I've ever given. I don't know if Andy remembers this.
Not yet.
Was not engaged to my wife yet. So, probably was thinking a ring. That sort of happens.
I know it now.
Instead of that, I come over Christmas Eve evening.
I had to help you.
With my two severely intoxicated brothers.
Was I?
In the Manatee Mobile.
Oh, I can't believe this.
Carrying what I thought was a cool idea. I had it made. I had this custom wooden shoe rack made. Mm-hmm. We lugged it in there. Basically like the Three Stooges lugging it in there. Just a disastrous trip. But something that lives on in the...
Does she still have the shoe
in
rack?
The lore. Yeah, she
That's
does.
good.
Yeah.
So it's all fun now.
Oh no, it's a funny story, but at the time I think she was a bit mortified by the scene playing out before her.
Was there something other than the fact that it wasn't a ring? Did Jay and I embarrass you?
No, it's not. It was.
Okay.
I mean, you guys were visibly intoxicated. I don't want to pass that over. But
the good old days.
It was a different time.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
That was a disaster, but funny to look back on.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think we would have embarrassed you.
No.
But visually intoxicated, I believe that.
But again, clearly,
I don't think we would have behaved inappropriately in a setting like that.
No, it wasn't that. But you can tell when someone's a little loose.
Oh yeah, there's no question. I thought that was earlier for some reason. I thought that was pre-intoxication for me, but apparently not.
No, one of the details that definitely sticks out in my mind is the level of intoxication that you two were floating at.
Yeah.
Always adds to it.
Sure does. All right. Well, thank you to everybody who listened, everybody who joined us on our Patreon live, patreon.com/Pot of Thunder. To St. Nicholas, Colin Taco Bell, to Ian, to Tyler, to Mike, everybody, to Gina. A lot of participation today, huh?
A lot of participation. We even heard a couple words from Wes.
Wait, well, that was for next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I previewed Wes's clip. Wrong one.
He's from the Plasmatics, apparently. So.
Yeah.
Who knew?
All right. We'll be back next week. Bye-bye.
Andy's producing, yeah. Making the show sound good like it do, yeah. Andy's producing, yeah. Making the show sound good like